Cuba, fall time is here, but I only got 50 bucks, bro. If I were to ask you for a recommendation, I don't know, a couple of fragrances in that $50 space that would enhance, amplify, boost the fall experience scent profile of my skin, what you recommending, bro? Good question. Nothing. No, I'm kidding. Of course, I've gone through the collection. I selected 10 fragrances that are all 50 and under that you can rock this fall and smell absolutely fantastic without hurting the wallet. I mean, let's be clear, the whole world is falling apart right now fiscally. So, you ain't really thinking about fragrance, but you still want to smell good before you get wiped out of existence? I got you. That was so dark, I'm sorry. Let's roll my music so I can put you onto 10 fragrances for fall time that are under 50 bucks. We're all alone in the friends on the south side in case you cared out of all your friends. I want to be Cuba. Blessing morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to the A. Budget conscious, balling on a budget, however you want to phrase it. Everybody's trying to watch their coin. And I always tell y'all, sample before you buy. And at this point, you could support me and sample from me on my website, link in the description, mrcubaknow.com. So the first fragrance I'm going to start off with is kind of ass backwards. It's not traditionally a fall fragrance, but a lot of people wear freshy fragrances throughout the year as their signature scent. And this beautiful fresh fragrance is by a brand that makes khaki. I've featured this fragrance numerous times on multiple videos because I think it's that good, and it punches so much higher than its price point. That's Banana Republic's Linen Vetiver. A gorgeous interpretation of fresh out of the shower vetiver essence. It's dry, it's citric, it's beautiful, it's clean, extraordinarily wearable with a very solid performance on it. So in the fall time, fragrances do tend to perform better than in the summertime as they tend to dissipate. It's hot as fuck, you're humid, you're sweating like an asshole, you're all musty, your BO is on next level. So this fragrance is perfect for the office, casual chill. You know, in fall time, at least here in New York, it varies. Mornings start off at 50 degrees and up at 80, so it has versatility to be worn throughout the entire day. And again, you can find this fragrance on some websites sub 30 bucks. And honestly speaking, when Banana Republic released that Icon line, it impressed a ton of people. It's just very good and they continue to get better. But this one is just one of my favorite dumb reach fragrances. Next one. But if you really want to impress people in the office, this is the fragrance you gotta wear. Brioni Eau de Parfum Intense. My gosh, what a sleeper by a brand that makes incredible menswear. Known in the space as a luxury beast in making suits, shoes, moccasins, silk drawers, Brioni knows fashion and knows what they're talking about. So whoever was the creative mind of collaborating with a perfumer to develop this fragrance was thinking way outside of the box, but I'm pretty sure that they never intended this fragrance to be in that $50 space. It is a sweet, ultra classy fragrance that blows me out of the wall. It's so good for the price point, and obviously price is ultra important because that's what the video is about, smelling delicious on a budget. And this not only smells delicious, it's ultra classy, and every dude can pull this off comfortably while smelling confident. So if you haven't done yourself the favor and tested out Brioni, just the Eau de Parfum, Eclat, so on and so forth, they all punch way above the price point as well. But for under 50 bucks or in that $50 space, incredible scent. I love it. Next one. Certain popular DNAs will never die, and this DNA of Baccarat Rouge 540 will never, well not never, but not anytime soon, will go away. But one of my favorite interpretations is Franck Olivier's Pure Addiction. Think of a Baccarat Rouge 540 essence with a bit of a muskier punch in a $25 to $30 space. There's a lot of clone fragrances out there of Baccarat Rouge 540, but this one for me always hit better. And Franck Olivier, when that brand does some sort of inspiration, it always has some really solid performances with some really subpar pricing. Who the fuck is gonna complain about a cheap fragrance that performs well, that smells like a popular DNA that's easily $300 something? Nobody. So for me, Pure Addiction by Franck Olivier in the $30 space, fire. I was definitely one of the first people that brought this to the forefront, but our Maf Le Parfait still hasn't let me down. Another dumb reach fragrance that has a combination of two DNAs, Green Irish Tweed and Aventus, both by Creed. Initially, this fragrance really had a Creed Aventus punch point with a Green Irish Tweed background, but throughout the years, it has kind of shifted. It's been a little bit more Green Irish Tweed with a little bit of a bergamot pineapple-ish blend at the base. Still a fragrance that you can find in that $30 space, and it has moderate to slightly above moderate performance. Another dumb reach fragrance that's easy to be worn in all occasions as a signature scent that isn't gonna blow the bank. Anybody who says that they don't like this fragrance is really trying to be a fragrance snob on the low and trying to nitpick the shit.
Oh, it's a clone brand. Oh, it's so cheap and beneath me. Oh.
Bitch, it smells fucking fire. You're not gonna tell me that you currently own Green Irish Tweed, a Cool Water, or an Aventus and say that this is trash. It's in the same pocket, fam. Cause it's 30 bucks is trash? Fuck out of here. This shit is nice. Next one. As a lover of gourmand fragrances, I want to smell a little sweet candy and dessertish, and this fragrance hits the vanilla note perfectly off of my skin, and that's Nitro White. Progressively getting better and better. It's vanillic, it's amber, it's sweet. There's a mild fruitiness in this fragrance that does give it a bit of a unisex factor, which doesn't bother me at all. If I'm looking for a gourmand fragrance, I'm looking for essences that smell kind of sweet, creamy, dessertish, pastry-like. That's the whole premise of gourmand. I want to smell sweet. So if I'm trying to be in the scenario where there's going to be maybe a ton of women and I'm going to be in face-to-face conversations interacting, because let's face it, in the fragrance space, it's heavily dominated by women, especially in the beauty influencer space. I want something that I'm gonna get a little bit of a compliment factor on. And if you're, let's say, in a hospital work environment, a lot of the admin are feminine. So why not smell like a little snack that the coworker that you're probably gonna bang, because allegedly nurses are wild freaks, I've heard, I don't know from personal experience. Then why not smell like a budget fragrance that costs like sub $50 that is gonna make you smell like something she's gonna wanna nibble in the OR, in the changing room, in the patient's bathroom. I don't know, she's nasty. Next one. And if we're staying on the gourmand train, gotta put 𝗙𝗲𝗄𝗏 𝗕𝗂𝐺. Tiramisu and coffee. That's it. Dessert at an Italian restaurant is coffee, espresso, and a little tiramisu. That's what you're getting out of this scent. Incredible performance, mouth-watering deliciousness. It's been on multiple fragrances in my collection for years, and I would replace the shit if it was gone. Still super affordable, and still slept on by a ton of people. And that's fine. Sometimes sweetness is not your thing, but in the fall, sweetness really projects and performs incredibly. Let the cold, chilly, brisk fall weather while those beautiful leaves fall, and just take that scent and just waft it across the room. Watch what happens, fam. What's better than waking up with the windows open and you get that fall smell while you're sleeping snuggled up in that duvet and shit? Oh my God, what's better? So imagine getting that little 𝗙𝗟𝗄𝐴 and the scent just takes you. All I'm saying is this is not gonna break the bank. A ton of people have had this fragrance on their list for years, so why haven't you tried it yet? Think about it. Next one. Cool, but I'm not wearing some sweet shit that's gonna smell like a dessert beat. What's wrong with you, fam? No diddy. Alright, bro. Let's do a little 𝐴𝐿𝐿𝐼 by 𝗙𝐲𝐿. Dry leather essences in the space of Tuscan leather. I mentioned in a couple of videos ago, I was like, why replace my Tuscan leather when it goes away, when this shit gives me all the Tuscan leather energy I need? I got that tart raspberry, I got that dry, suede-ish, leather, hide-ish situation. It feels like I was in the fabric district downtown looking for some shit to make a custom leather jacket, or that 3/4 trench. This is the type of vibe that this is on. Pure fucking Clint Eastwood Western masculinity at its finest.
Go ahead. Make my day.
You don't fuck with the sweet fragrances? Cool. You probably haven't tried them. But if you want to stick to ultra masculinity with a little bit of sweetness because you don't want to walk around smelling like straight rawhide fabric, then 𝗙𝐿𝐼 is definitely one that you need to check out, and it's still under that $50 space. This fragrance I've had on my table already. I've worn it 3 times since I pulled it out for a video, and it's been just money because it's a combination of 2 fragrances that I absolutely love. Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo and La Nuit de l'Homme. Midnight Rendezvous in a Tux by Dua. Talk about getting 2 heavy hitters in a fragrance and it's smelling like pure fucking class. Gentlemanly, sexy, date night, underlined mysterious. You got a beautiful cardamom punch. You get that patchouli sexiness from Yves Saint Laurent Tuxedo. You get a little bit of spice. You get some resinous, warm energy, mild sweetnesses. And with all the discounts that they throw on the website, ranging up from minimum 15% up to like 35 at some cases, and depending on the holidays, you're never gonna pay over $50 for this fragrance. So this shit, fire. Next one. And if we're gonna talk about cardamom, how are you not gonna mention this fragrance, fam? Mercedes-Benz Select Night. There's no way that this should be 50 and under. There's no way that this should perform the way that it performs. There's no way that a Mercedes-Benz fragrance has this kind of performance, energy, and sex appeal. Why? Because they made a smart fucking move in the fragrance space with this joint. And honestly, if this was the only dope Mercedes-Benz fragrance, I would say, yo, they rolled the dice, they did it blindfolded, and they hit a home run. But this ain't the only one. This just happens to be the monster, the great performance, the sexy, the date night, the compliment getting factor. If you've ever dropped a panty before, this might be a fragrance to help do that again. I've never done it, but I mean, maybe I'm just not as good looking as you are. panty dropper you.
Please, I'm blushing.
Cardamom, peppery, still fresh with a little lavender essence. It's got a soapy nature underlying after all that cardamomic, spicy, peppery, dark, smoky, sexy essence. And cheap, which shouldn't be cheap. That's the fun thing about fragrance. Like some of these cheapy fragrances, if you were to put this in a different presentation with the right amount of marketing behind it, you can charge triple, quadruple, 10 times the amount, and somebody will smell this joint and be like, wow, the luxury that this brand was able to do. Now this last fragrance is another sweet little gem by Lattafa, and that's 𝗙𝙤𝗔𝗘𝗪𝗏, which is apparently inspired by Born to Stand Out Sugar Addict. Now this does have a very sweet essence to it, but it dries down into be a little bit more resinous, amber forward, and a beautiful chocolatey boozy essence at the base. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of a sugarier version of Kilian's Black Phantom, hybrided with what I would believe would be Sugar Addict. Very good fragrance, solid performance, not expensive at all, and like most of these fragrances, shop it around and find the best deals you possibly can. Unfortunately, fragrances in the space sometimes fluctuate like the stock market. Depending on hype, shit might spike up, and then you wait a couple days and it's right back down to reality because another website that had bigger inventory or bigger masses was able to knock their shit off another 10 or 15%. But this is definitely ultra handsome and perfect for the fall. And these are 10 budget options in that $50-ish space. I'm hoping that when this video releases that they're still in that $50 space and nobody got like a fucking sneak preview or was on 20 other lists and everybody was boosting the shit out of the price point. It does happen. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and go to MrCubaknow.com to get any fragrance samples. So sample before you buy. I don't want you to blame me for spending your money because I can obviously go into your wallet and swipe your credit card.
Say what?
Yeah, I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. Smooches.
For the fly gun holder, money folder, molar roller, start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.